everyone, it's Mrs. V. Thank you so much for taking your notes. I'm sorry I can't be there today, so I'm going to try and do this as best we can through this video. All right, so the first part is this opener saying, how would you find out how big the shaded region is, and what are we looking for in this problem? So this time, when we're looking at this, we're actually just looking in here. We're looking for this piece of the pie. So we're actually not going to deal with circumference like we did last time. Today we're going to deal with area. So 45 degrees is how much of the whole circle. Well, it's actually, well, we would figure that out like before, 45 out of 360. And instead of circumference, we're now going to use area. We're going to take that and multiply that by the area. And remember, our area formula equals pi r squared. So that is where the sector is going to come in, and that's what we call that piece. When we're taking a piece of a circle, it's a section of the circle created by two radii. And I think of it as like a slice of pizza. That's what we're looking for. A slice of pizza. How much pizza are we getting? Okay, and how do we find it? Well, the area of the sector is equal to x, like we used the other day, over 360 times the area. Now, x is going to equal our arc measure. My little guy there, that got a little out of hand. Eraser. My arc measure. Now remember, measure of the arc is in degrees. And A is going to equal pi r squared. Alright, so let's try an example or two. So look at this first one. So this first one, I'm looking for this part of the pizza pie. So I'm looking from here to here. So what is the measure of that arc? Well, the measure of that arc is the same as the central angle. So this is 150 degrees as well. So we're going to follow our formula, which is the area of the sector is equal to 150 over 360 times pi 8 squared. Alright, so if we use the calculator to figure this out, I'm going to put this in two forms. So if I take the calculator and I just do this part and this, and then put that in straight in the calculator, I'm going to get 26.67 pi. Now this is an exact answer, and that's in terms of pi, or terms of pi. And if I kept it as a fraction, that would really be exact, but we rounded here for that portion to get the decimal. Or if I multiply now 26.66666667 by pi, and we use the pi button on our calculator, I'm going to get the area of the sector is going to be about, remember squigglies mean about, 83.78. And we are in feet squared. And I should put feet squared here as well. Now remember, we're dealing with area. Area is in units squared. So that's just really it. When we're finding the area of a sector, we're just taking that fraction of the circle. Okay, let's move on to the next page. So I'd like you guys to try a few of these. I'm gonna, as the video goes on, I will put a few answers in. So take a minute, pause the video, and try a few. Alright, so if you see that I have the answers for questions 1 through 5 now. So if you look through 1 through 5, I have some of them in terms of pi and some of them with the answer as a decimal rounded. Now, if you did a decimal, you just have to multiply by pi by the constant that's in front, and you'll see if your answer is exactly the same. Remember, the test or quiz will definitely have that listed as in your instructions. This one here too, now we're going to start with number 6. I'm going to go through number 6 with you to help you kind of see how to work a problem like that. Now, be careful with this one. Letter C in problem 1 because it's tricky. The same with 4. The shaded region, they don't give us the shaded region angle. We need to find that first by subtracting from 360. All right, so number 6, it says the area of the circle is 654 square meters and find the diameter. So I'm going to use my formula for area equals pi r squared. And I'm going to plug in what I have because I'm just dealing with area. I'm not dealing area of the sector. It tells me the whole circle. And then that's going to be pi r squared. So what we know is that pi is a number. So I take the calculator and divide that by pi. I get 208.17. So I'm going to round a little bit here. So we get 208.17. And that equals r squared. So to find r, I'm going to do the square root of 208.17, and I get 14.43 equals r. Now the question though didn't ask for radius, it asked for diameter. So diameter is 2 radii. So if I do 14.43 times 2, I'm going to get my diameter is going to be 28.86. All right, so now try problem 7. Pause the video. All right, for number 7, you should get 25.92. Now, if you're off by a decimal or 2, it's because we rounded at different spots. I rounded to 2 decimal places as I kept going. So if you didn't round until the end, you might have a slightly different answer. All right, the next one that I would like to do, now problems 9 and 10, these exclamation points are really degrees. I don't know why the problem has that like that, so they're degrees. Now that looks like an O, so I'll get rid of that. But these are degrees, just ignore the exclamation point. What I would like to do is go through question 11 with you, and then that should help you figure out 12 and 13. So for this one, they're giving us the area of the sector, and we need to find the area of the whole circle. So we know that the area of a sector is equal to x over 360 times the area of the whole circle. Well, when we plug in what we have this time, we have 23.79 equals 80 over 360, because we do have the measure of that arc, but we don't have the area of the whole circle. So what I do is solve. Now to get rid of my 360 on the bottom, I multiply everything by 360, multiply by 360. That gets rid of the fraction down there. And 23.79 times 360 will give me, now the numbers are going to get a little large here. I'm going to get 8564.4 equals 80 times the area. Now to get rid of the 80, I'm going to divide by 80. And I get the area of the whole circle. So the whole circle is 107.055 feet squared equals the area of the circle. And that's how you do a problem like that. Now, problems 12 and 13, we're going to do the same thing, but then we have to do a second step like we did in 6 and 7. So for 12 and 13, you're going to do exactly all of this. Solve for the area of the whole circle. Once you get the area of the whole circle, you use pi r squared to find the radius and then to find the diameter. So pause the video, try your answers, and see how you do. All right, let's take a look at problem 11. So I use the area of the sector equals the fraction, which is the arc length over 360 times the area of the whole circle. We need to find that first, the area of the whole circle. When I multiply by 360, then divide by 98, I get 149.22. Then I change this area of a circle problem to pi r squared. See that? So now I can find the radius. Divide by pi and take the square root. The radius is 6.89. Now the same thing is the same steps for problem 13. You're going to do the same steps for problem 13, but you're going to now look for the diameter. So you're going to double your radius here. Okay, double your. Also, we have to be aware that they're giving us the unshaded region. So we need to do is 360 minus 51 to get our shaded region, which will give us 309. All right, so follow the steps along. The area of the whole circle came out to be 36.66. Divide by pi, take the square root, and I get my radius. And now I just need to double that again to get the diameter. Now, depending where you rounded, your answer might be a little different. All right, so that's where I'm going to have you guys stop. We're not going to do this page today. If you would like to summarize your notes, that would be great. And also, what you should do, maybe, possibly, is write some formulas you need to know. If you can answer these two questions, you know that you understand this question, this topic. So that would be great if you can try that. Also, you have a review sheet and the answer key will be posted so that you guys can have that. There is going to be a quiz on possibly Monday, but I don't know if I'll give it since I won't be there. But thank you guys so much. If the quiz is not on Monday, you guys are going to definitely take it on Wednesday for block 2. All right. Have a great day, guys, and I will see you next week.